What's up guys, this is Andy here with Ultimate Device Vids, and I'm making this video just to follow up on an earlier video that I made when I talked about Pangu demoing the iOS 10 jailbreak at the MoSec security conference. I also wanted to follow up on some iOS 9.3.2 possible jailbreak rumors. So we have some new information regarding those things, so let's just go ahead and get right into this. So essentially there's been a new interview that Leiphone, a Chinese blog, published with Pangu. So there's various questions asked, various questions answered. The link will be down below in the description, but it's all in Chinese. But don't worry, a Reddit user has converted it to English. So I'll have the link to this Reddit thread in the description down below. And shout out to the Reddit user right here. I can't really pronounce the name, but shout out to him or her for actually providing this so we can, all read it and actually understand what's going on. Again, there's various questions here. I definitely recommend reading through it if you're a jailbreak enthusiast, but of course, the most popular question that I'm sure all of you guys are thinking about is this one right here. Do Pangu Team plan to release a jailbreak tool for iOS 10? So here we go. So here's the Pangu Team members' answer. We currently have no plans to release the jailbreak tool because, some loopholes not only can be used to jailbreak, it can be used to cause other security issues to the users as well. By releasing a jailbreak tool, it means other researchers, including Apple, can see what loopholes we use. Although we jailbreak iOS and iOS security products using two different sets of vulnerabilities, by announcing a vulnerability, it is likely to inspire other hackers exposing our other vulnerabilities. This is our reason for caution. From the situation in the world right now, we don't feel pressured because the opponent's progress doesn't look optimistic, so we will wait and see. So what does this mean? Well, essentially they're saying that, obviously, when you release a jailbreak tool, the exploits that you utilize in that jailbreak tool are released to the public, so Apple can see them and patch those vulnerabilities. And also, other security researchers could see them and maybe utilize those things for bad things. That's another downside to it. And also, from what I could gather from this sentence here, they're essentially saying that if they release these exploits, these particular exploits could lead to people discovering their other exploits, but don't quote me on that. And also, towards the end, they say that they don't feel pressured because no one else appears to be working on this. So, other jailbreak teams, again, don't seem to have made any significant progress, so they don't really feel pressured to release it because there's no one else in the quote-unquote race to the jailbreak. However, don't get too worried about this because honestly, I think as soon as iOS 10 is publicly released, I think the demand for an iOS 10 jailbreak will go up and there'll be tons of other people trying to release an iOS 10 jailbreak, and then there will be competition, and I honestly think that will pressure Pangu and hopefully convince them to release the jailbreak. I mean, think about it. They've released so many jailbreaks in the past, and I honestly think if there's competition, as soon as iOS 10 is released to the public and they have this jailbreak that they're sitting on and it's still unpatched, assuming that it doesn't get patched in later betas, I honestly think that they'll probably be pressured into releasing it, again, if it's still intact in the final release. But that's just my personal opinion, and, based on what I've seen in the past, that's just what I would think would happen. And here's a few more things that I think are worth noting from this interview. So essentially, towards the top, they are asked, why did you show iOS 10 beta version of the jailbreak on video at MoSec? So essentially they said, in fact, this is our temporary decision. We would like to take the show to Jailbreak 9.3.3 and look, but just a few weeks ago on the WWDC, Apple released iOS 10. We did a little research and we found out that 2 to 3 vulnerabilities that we had, however, in iOS 10 was blown away. So essentially they're saying that the exploits that they had for 9.3.3 were patched in iOS 10. We feel that undefeated, although the time was very tight, but we managed to find new vulnerabilities complete iOS 10 beta 1 version of the jailbreak. So that's really awesome. So essentially, they had a working 9.3.3 jailbreak, and it was patched in iOS 10, but they found new vulnerabilities for iOS 10. That's super awesome. So the fact that they have vulnerabilities for 9.3.3 right now, which is currently in beta, that means that at 99% chance that it probably transfers back to 9.3.2. So that's super awesome. So basically, their functional jailbreak works on iOS 10 and 9.3.3. So of course, again, there's 2 to 3 vulnerabilities that were essentially differing between them, but it's really awesome to know that they have the capacity to jailbreak both of those versions as of right now. And at the very end, it says, in this live video, the purpose is very simple, is to tell you Pangu is still working hard and we still have the ability to get what you want in the latest system. So that's really cool. It's just really good to know that Pangu is still working hard, still finding exploits, stuff like that. That's just really good to know as a jailbreaker. And also, later on in the interview, essentially the Pangu Team member is asked, how many exploits are there in your hand? And essentially, the answer is, we still have a large amount of it. If Apple starts patching loopholes now, we can still use another set of exploits. We have at least 2 sets of exploits right now. So that's really awesome. They have a lot of exploits. So, if their current exploits are patched, in the future, they have another set of exploits. So again, that's just really good to know as a jailbreaker, very encouraging. Alright, so now I want to talk about some of the iOS 9.3.2 jailbreak rumors. So, in my last video, I essentially said that there was a rumor going around that Pangu was answering questions after their Mosaic talk, and someone asked when the 9.3.2 jailbreak was going to come out, and they supposedly said soon within the week. I'm unfortunately here to tell you that that's probably not true. There was also a tweet from one of the organizers of Mosaic that said Pangu showed one more demo about a privacy problem in 9.3.2, and that also kind of contributed to the hype around those rumors because people speculated that this had something to do with a jailbreak. However, in a later tweet, the organizer said they showed two demos, and one, is for 9.3.2. It's the privacy problem, but it's not related to a jailbreak. So that puts that to rest. And also, in a later tweet, the same guy essentially said he doesn't know that, that Pangu does have a 9.3.2 jailbreak or not, and he said that the jailbreak rumor within a week for 9.3.2 is just a rumor. So, the fact that he's an organizer, he'd probably be at the event. I'm assuming he was there when they presented, so if someone did ask that question in the audience, and Pangu supposedly said within a week, he would know, and he's saying it's a rumor. So I think that kind of most likely proves it to be a fake rumor. Again, someone most likely just made it up, and it snowballed from there, and it eventually just spiraled into, insanity. So again, I think it's safe to say that that rumor is most likely fake. Unfortunately, again, I didn't want it to be fake, but unfortunately, it looks like that's true. But on the bright side, from that interview that I just showed you, as you saw there, they do have a functional jailbreak for 9.3.3, and again, that most likely transfers to 9.3.2 because, there's probably pretty similar firmwares. But again, the whole thing about them releasing it within a week is completely false. Most likely someone just started it, and then it spiraled out of control, and it got reposted, retweeted, until people started to believe it. So, unfortunately, that is the case. But yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video, so I hope you're now more informed regarding the current jailbreak situation. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for many more videos pertaining to jailbreaking iOS, pretty much anything pertaining to iOS devices. Also, make sure to follow the channel on Twitter, like it on Facebook, and also make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to put all those links down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!